Time now for the weekly real estate segment. We've got Andrew Rink and Justus Smith. I got it backwards. My fault. I had the names right, just in the wrong order. We're talking about buyer's remorse. Now, I get buyer's remorse when I go to Max and I buy a Wonder Bar and I get out to the car and I'm like, shit, I got a Kit Kat.
Yeah. I
can't even imagine what it would be like to drop $200, $300, $400, $5,000 on a home and then wake up in the morning and go, good God, what have I done?
Yeah. Well, just to, I guess, remind the audience what buyer's remorse is, and I'll go scientific here, and I'm going to read this because I'm not smart enough to remember it. So what the science says, so buyer's remorse, it's an example of post-decision cognitive dissonance. So that's where a person is stressed out by a made decision, and they seek to decrease the discomfort. So a buyer may change their behavior, their feelings, their knowledge about the world, and what they thought the purchase item would be like, or even their knowledge about themselves.
Just seems odd, though, that when I mean, obviously you're doing your research when you go to buy a home, and it does seem odd to me that you would look into the neighborhood, you'd look into what the amenities of the home offers, and that after you've pulled the trigger, you would still have those moments where you think, like, man, did I do the right thing?
Well, there's really three things that not everyone's going to experience buyer's remorse. So there's three things that affect it. One is the effort that you put into the purchase. So if that's material effort, your time, your money, intellectual and psychological, the emotions that you invest in it. So the more effort you put in, the more likely you are to experience it. The responsibility, how you felt that you had free will about the action. So if you move into a town and there's really like no choice, you have to buy this weekend,
right,
you're actually less likely to experience buyer's remorse than someone who's got the whole huge inventory to choose from. And also another thing is the commitment. The continuing of an action. If you're driving a car, you're owning a house, you're doing that for a long time. So that's why house purchases have more buyer's remorse. And it is natural. And it happens more if you continue to talk about the purchase. If you have an agent who hasn't walked you through the closing process, what to expect. If you've talked to family or friends and they've come at you, and now you start to have this remorse.
Gotcha. Andrew, you've been the quiet guy in the interview, so you've got buyer's remorse. You've gone through the process. You're wondering, have I done the right thing? How do you get through that?
Well, you need to kind of indicate whether or not it actually is buyer's remorse or if there actually is a problem. So there's a few steps you can go through to determine if it is indeed buyer's remorse. Review your wants and needs. Determine, okay, is this exactly what I wanted? Is this have the wants I wanted? Does the house need what I have, or vice versa, like he said? Mm-hmm. Does it include the important things? So, 3 bathrooms or 2 bathrooms, right, 3 bedrooms, things like that, square footage. What qualities made the house stand out for you? Look at those aspects of it as well. Did many homes meet your needs and wants while you were looking? Like Justus said, with inventory, maybe there wasn't a lot on the market, so you had to kind of choose what was available to you. If you could go back out, if you could back out of the contract, let's say, will you find another home that's better?
Right.
Right? I mean, that's a big one.
True.
That's a good way to look at it. And what was special about the house just a few days ago, but potentially
all of a sudden now becomes an issue.
What's changed, right?
For sure, for sure.
Go through this quick process of mentally through your head, and it'll really alleviate potentially some questions. In a multiple offer situation, though, sometimes you might not have that opportunity. But if you're in a multiple offer situation where there's multiple offers on the table,
right,
you can look at it as, do I have to own this house or do I have to win this house?
Right. Right.
So if you have to win it, maybe you're paying a little bit too much for it.
Just enough time for the marketing. Give us a plug for the website.
www.propertypartnersrealty.com. That's where you can find us.
Excellent. Gentlemen, a pleasure.
Thank you.
Celebrating a birthday today, June 21st.